Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Chew. I'm Robert Wallace. This is a place where we ask, are we choosing the way of Jesus, or are we choosing our own way? I've titled today's devotional, Change. Philip is involved in what we can all agree is a successful ministry in Samaria, right? I mean, at least by human standards, I believe we would all say that what we read in Acts chapter 8, verses 26 through 40, indicates that he is successful in ministry. And yet, the Holy Spirit leads him to leave Samaria. Is Philip being tested or something else? Let's read verses 26 and 27. Then the angel of the Lord said to Philip, "Get up and go toward the south road, the road that goes down from Jerusalem to Gaza. This is the wilderness road." So he got up and went. Now there was an Ethiopian eunuch, a court of the Candace, queen of the Ethiopians, in charge of her entire treasury. He had come to Jerusalem to worship. It's interesting. The only instruction the Holy Spirit gives Philip is to get up and go south on a wilderness road. I stop here for a second because I'm recalling, I have done a series of devotions on this passage and preached a couple of sermons on it. It always catches my attention that he's traveling on a wilderness road. Some of the commentaries, some of the study Bibles indicate that the wilderness road was a road that wasn't traveled much. So he would expect to find what on the wilderness road exactly? Well, we don't know. All we know is he gets up and he goes, and it's only when he sees the Ethiopian eunuch that the Holy Spirit gives him further instructions to run up beside the chariot, to run along beside it. And Philip does exactly as he's directed. Now, if we put ourselves in Philip's shoes for a second, the first instruction is pretty specific: go south on the wilderness road, but there's no destination. There's no clue what he's expected to find. How does Philip harmonize that with what he's doing successfully in Samaria? All we know is that his ministry was seeing people saved, healed, and restored. And yet, though he believes he probably has more work to do, he's willing to be obedient to the direction of the Holy Spirit and do what he's directed to do, even though he doesn't know exactly why. Now, here's something else we don't know about Philip. We don't know his background. We don't know if he came to serve the Hellenistic Jews from a poor family, a middle-class family, or a wealthy family. We just don't know. Luke doesn't tell us. But regardless of his background, this is what we do know. God is looking for a willing heart, a heart that desires God above all things and willing to serve. Philip has both of these qualifications. So while we don't know what he was thinking when he ran down to the wilderness road or ran up to the chariot, one thing we do know is that he clearly took action in obedience. So let me ask you, are we willing to be led when the instructions don't make sense? Are we willing to step into the unknown? Are we willing to step into change? In other words, are we choosing to follow the way of Jesus that leads to life and life into full, or are we choosing our own way? I pray that as you carefully consider this little short piece that I've shared with you today, that you'll invite the Holy Spirit to give you eyes to see and ears to hear God's truth from His Word. Read the whole passage, Acts chapter 8, verses 26 through 40 again. Have a receptive heart and mind as you read these, and as you read the questions that I've shared today, and then whatever the Holy Spirit leads you to do today, do so in a step of faith with the same boldness, commitment, and courage of Jesus. And I know you'll be blessed. So I pray you'll have a wonderful day, my friends. Go in the peace of God. Blessings to you. Bye for now.